Hello everyone. I have been thinking that I should talk about self love for a while now, but I wasn't sure because there is so much of information available everywhere now. But because now in my spiritual coaching program, there's so many people who are asking me, what does it mean? Won't it be selfish? How do I practice self love? So I decided that I address it in a way I understand it, and maybe it will help more people than just the people who are in my program. So, what is self love, and why do I want to address it? I want to address it because there's so many misleading information in the market around this topic that it is now actually becoming more confusing than helping anyone. There's too much of conflicting ideas and suggestions and advices doing the rounds nowadays on the internet. What I understand of self-love is to be able to feel completely responsible and take absolute ownership of your state of well-being. Now, that state of well-being, obviously it covers everything: your physical well-being, mental, emotional, and even spiritual well-being. It is not about you just having a me time or doing 2-3 workshops, reading the right books, learning to say no to people. These are a part of self-love practice, but this is not everything about self-love. It is important we understand what really does it mean, because every concept that is about self-growth and self-development, it is deeper than our skin. It's nice to go shop around and feel good. It's nice to go get pampered. I do it too in the salon. It's good to get a massage, but these are not really practices of self-love. These are what we say, fake it till you make it. Now, if self-love is taking ownership of my own well-being, then what do I need as ingredients to be able to take care of myself? I need to be self-aware. I need to decide what is it that will give me peace, happiness, joy, prosperity, abundance. I need to become cautious with my time and my energy system. I need to take care of my physical health as well as my mental and emotional health. And of course, the spiritual health goes without saying. So, it is not about something you do to love yourself, because love is not really a verb, it is not an action, it is a feeling, it is something that is supposed to ooze out of us because we do have it within us. The only issue is there are other beliefs and other systems and other suggestions and information which are actually misleading us, and we are not understanding, okay, as a person, what are my priorities? What are those principles and values that if I do not follow, maybe today I will have a shortcut to success or to a relationship or whatever it is that you desire. But how would this decision at this moment I'm taking and the choices that I'm making are going to affect me 5 years, 10 years down the line? We are human beings. We are prone to want to take shortcuts. We want to achieve things faster. We want to be in that one particular place in the way we want to be. And for those, we compromise on who we are. So self-love is an awareness of who you are, what kind of a person you are, what makes you happy, what matters to you the most, what kind of desires and goals, if achieved, would actually bring you the kind of contentment that you want. See, excitement and happiness, you can get it from even a skirt or a trouser you buy of certain brand, let's say, which you've always had in your mind. But those are temporary. What we are looking for in life is actually the sense of peace, contentment. We want to have ease in life so that we don't have to struggle with things. These things won't come by just having a me time or reading a good book. It's a lot deeper than that. You need to have an awareness of who you are. What are your strengths and weaknesses? You need to really, really dissect yourself so well then only you can have healthy boundaries. If I don't know what is good for me, if I don't know what is meant for me, if I don't know who I am and what is my uniqueness and what are my value systems, what makes me happy in the long run, what makes me upset and ashamed and embarrassed and guilty, maybe 5 years, 3 years, 2 years down the line with the decisions I'm making, you will not be able to love yourself. Then we will become a little bit narcissistic and selfish. Whereas self-love is about being self-full. Self-full means you fully know yourself, you fully have accepted all aspects of you, all dimensions of you, all the good, bad and ugly of you, and yet you know that there is something unique and beautiful about me. Self-love is a promise that you would be becoming a better version of yourself by the decisions you make, by the actions you take, by the responses you give to your environment. Only if you can do all of this would you be able to set boundaries, would you be able to say no, and in saying no and setting your boundaries, buy yourself peace. But if you don't really know who you are and what brings you peace and happiness and joy, what does grace mean to you? How graceful and honorable you want your life to be, you cannot practice self-love. No matter how many books you read, no matter how many affirmations you do, how many chakras you clean, how many workshops you go. It is a process of a deep understanding of who you are, what you want from life, why do you want what you want, how do you want it, and what are your non-negotiables. What are the things that you're ready to give up and let go to be who you want to be and be at peace with it. And also, how much are you ready to actually go out there and achieve and work on yourself and make sure that you are responsible for your happiness and not anyone else. Now, why can self-love be selfish if it is practiced in the way I'm telling you? Because when you do so much of work on yourself and you value who you are and you understand that you have the right to buy yourself your peace and happiness and joy, you will also allow others to do that. So when someone makes choices which are not according to what you expected and what you wanted to them, you will be having enough kindness and compassion to understand this is their practice of self-love. No matter how much we want certain things, but if the other person or the situation is not in agreement with it, because the other person is also choosing what they want, we will honor their choices because we want them to honor our choices. So going and shopping and doing all the good things, eating good food, exercising, all that is actually a part of self-love, but it's a very shallow level of self-love. A little deeper level is when you do a little bit of self-work, you journal, you go for walks, you do meditate and all that. These are also another level of self-love, but the true self-love will come from knowing who you are, what you want, why you want. While you know your strengths and weaknesses, you analyze and see everything in your environment for what it is. A realistic approach with the total ownership of your happiness, knowing that I am the only one responsible for what I want in life, how I want it. I am responsible for my peace, I am responsible for my happiness. And then realigning all your decisions, all your thoughts, all your beliefs and all your actions towards that which you so desire, as a result of which you will have contentment, balance and peace in life. Happiness, joy, abundance is actually a result of your state of well-being. The more you take care of yourself in this manner, the more ease will show up in your life. You would feel the touch of grace, which is always there, but we deny it because if I don't love myself, I will not feel the love of anyone for me. I'm always doubting others because I'm always doubting myself. So I hope this will really help you to practice self-love the way it is meant to be, so that we don't swing to the other pole of the polarity of this so-called concept of self-love and get a little bit selfish or narcissistic. I hope this serves you well, and if you like my videos and content, please do share, subscribe and be with me as we go along and we grow together. Loads of love.